And good afternoon, ladies and gents. Welcome here as we get set for our race of the chase for the Almond Joy Series. We are getting set to go racing here at Chicagoland for 41 laps. And this is sure to be a great one, folks. I mean, we are going to be finding out at the end of 10 races who is going to be the first ever Almond Joy Series champion in its debut season. 12 drivers have an opportunity at that distinction. Here in the Almond Joy Series, as opposed to the Hershey's Cup Series, there will not be a series of rounds. It will basically be whoever's the most consistent and accumulated the most points in the final 10 races of the playoffs, this chase for the championship. And these 12 drivers include the following. K Jazzin comes in the number 1 seed with 3 wins this season. J Qualls, J Lopes, and M Daleo, they are tied for the 2nd seed with 2 wins apiece. And then drivers that got in via 1 win that are tied for the 3rd position. Nick Johnson, Mitchell Carters will get the command. Also, DJ Curtis, John Andrews, Connor Breton, Zachariah Hall, and Brooke Allen. Those are the drivers that are very first Almond Joy Series champion. P Minnick lining up on the pole for this race. The highest starting chase driver rolls off there in 3rd place, that being Nick Johnson in the 42. You're starting in 7th. You got to go back to, I believe that's the 13th, Watson in the 89. So a number of our chase drivers not exactly starting in prime starting positions, and we'll have to see if they can get up here towards the front of the field before this checkered flag waves. 41 laps of racing, which means if we go green flag to the checkered flag, we more than likely will have at least 1, maybe 2 green flag pit stops, and so that'll be awfully interesting, and can't wait to see what's going to come about from that. What kind of strategy these drivers may have planned out. As here we go. Chicagoland, the first race, the chase for the Almond Joy Series Championship is green. Get N Guenther there up on the high side, going 3 wide already. He thought about trying to get the race lead, not going to be able to do it, at least this time, as they're 3 wide behind him. Several rows deep from about the 3rd position on back, maybe 4th on back actually. Cody Hagen stuck there in the middle as Minnick shows the way. Look at N Guenther. I think he wanted to cross over to the inside, but Tyler Markel was there, and here comes John Andrews to the inside. John Andrews trying to lead the first lap as we got a car on the pit road. We got trouble in the back. 1 car around in the back there. It looked like that might have been J Finguy collecting Joseph Romero. Caution is out, and John Andrews did lead the first lap, so that's a valuable bonus point for a championship contender right there. But M Daleo is already on the pit lane. There's Finguy, Chris Dollerton involved as well. And there's Ryan George, Joseph Romero, Zachariah Hall, and DJ Curtis back here. A couple of chasers. Don't know if they might have gotten a piece of that incident or not. But already we got a couple of chase drivers with some incidents. Of course, M Daleo on pit road. This is not good for him. The guy who won the first 2 races of the season at Daytona and Rockingham, UK. And then also potential damage on both DJ Curtis and Zachariah Hall. We'll take a look and see what happened to those drivers and what brought out this yellow flag for the first time here today at Chicagoland. Now watch up on the left side of your screen. The 5 of Grayson Acevedo, that yellow car, right there is going to kind of come down across the nose of Joseph Romero. Sends Romero down into William Brock. There was some contact in the wall further up too. That might have been Nick Johnson or Jonathan Rains or Seth Cole, I'm not sure who. And then you just see right there, Romero, Finguy, Ryan George. Now watch DJ Curtis and Zachariah Hall. They're going to get down to the bottom of the racetrack, and looks like they were able to narrowly avoid. So close call for them, but both of them probably accumulating a bunch of grass into the grill area of their machines. Did we have something happen further up though? Because Chris Dollerton was slow. Oh, right there. Oh, whoa. Dollerton just kind of shoots left into a A Stoudimere Jr., and then they get up into Jonathan Zoerlein. K Shearer got a tiny bit of that, I think. And so does William Brock. Boy, I don't know what that was about. I think they had just come to take the caution flag And it was like when Dollerton either downshifted or started slowing down, the car he nearly lost it, and then he bounced down into K Shearer and then went up and collected Stoudimere, and whoa, DJ Curtis just avoids, as does Zachariah Hall, that one. So close calls there. And I found out as well that Matthew Daleo actually came to pit road before we even came to the green flag. Some mechanical issue for him, but he's returned to the track, but I believe he is actually off the lead lap. So Matthew Daleo going to have to try and work his way out of a sticky situation to start off this race here today at Chicagoland. Well, as of right now, John Andrews is in a good spot to maybe take the points lead over heading into next week. He's the only chaser so far to have led a lap. He's gotten to the front early. He's led 5 laps, and if he's lucky, maybe he can leave with an extra bonus point of leading the most laps, depending on how long he stays out in front. Fellow chaser starts there alongside of him. That is Matthew Daleo, who is currently scored 3 laps down. We do have 2 drivers out of the race after that incident that took place out at turn number 4, and they include Ryan George and Joseph Romero. So 2 drivers out of the race, and so that leaves us 37 drivers on the lead lap, 38 still running. It'll be John Andrews the leader, Minnick in second, Guenther in third, then Markel and Stoudimere. That finishes the top 5. Then Caitlin Tsang, Colin Denton, Cody Hagen, Benny Watson, and Eric Hayden. Or how do you make that? Eric Hayden, not Hagen, Hayden in the top 10. Still only 2 chasers right now currently situated in the top 10. I believe 14th starting spot, make that 13th, is where Mitchell Carter is, and so it's only 3 chasers inside the top 15, but all 12 of our chasers are still running. Matthew Daleo appears to be up to speed, so he's going to be playing some havoc here with the lead lap cars. John Andrews going to hang on to the lead, at least for the moment. Paul Minnick battling with Nick Guenther for second, and Guenther may actually take that spot on the high side, and indeed he does. So Nick Guenther moves into second place and now sets his sights on John Andrews. Guenther still trying to look for his first win of the season as there's a couple cars right down the apron. Oh, one car way up into the wall and into the fence. That was, I believe, I think that was the 05. And the caution's out. The pace car quickly hurrying to pick up the field. And I believe that was Davey Johnson I saw go up and into the wall. He might have actually gone up into the catch fence. And he's on pit road. Jordan Lopez, 2-time winner, chaser. He is involved. Seth Cole's in it. It's Grayson Acevedo on pit road again. Oh, but man, a first hit pretty much today as far as contact is concerned, involving a chaser, and that is Jordan Lopez, 2-time winner at Talladega and Salem. Oh, we got some slower cars up ahead here as well. Jonathan Zoerlein looks like he got caught up in it. Jonathan Rains as well. Dollerton, and here come a whole host of cars to pit road. Whether they were involved in the incident or not, I don't know. Looks like Richard Johnson's got some rear end damage up ahead there. Some chasers coming down pit road, including Brooke Allen. K Jazzin's in this pack, as well as Mitchell Carter, J Qualls. DJ Curtis just now leaving pit road. Looks like it was a gas and go strategy for him. Paul Minnick and Nick Guenther actually came to pit road as well. So second and third place came to the pit lane. This puts us under the caution for the second time here today, and it looked like a really big wreck off of 4. Let's take a look and see what happened. Also worth noting that Matthew Daleo was ahead of the race leader when that caution came out, so he's now only 2 laps down to the leader. So chipping away at getting his laps back is the 78. We're going to look at this from our helicopter cam, and they were 4 wide. K Jazzin, Davey Johnson, Jonathan Rains, and that's Richard Johnson up on the high side. And the 2 cars in the middle are going to be the ones that caused the contact, Rains and Johnson. It looked like Johnson actually kind of went up into Rains, and there you see Seth Cole nowhere to go. Up ahead further, it looked like Cody Hagen nearly got turned by Jesse Turner, and look at there, Jordan Lopez clobbers Seth Cole, nowhere to go. There's Julio Cesar getting a piece of it, and that flips Davey Johnson upside down. Look at Brooke Allen split the middle and go up just through this wreck. There's Cody Smart getting a piece of it there. Grayson Acevedo. Connor Breton got a piece of that. Another chase driver getting involved. Nick Johnson slammed on the brakes really quickly, was able to avoid. And then here comes Jonathan Zoerlein as well, along with William Brock, his teammate. I think both the RCR cars end up getting into Jonathan Rains. But a couple of drivers did get a slight bit of that incident. Connor Breton right there being one of them. So we're going to have to see, if that's going to hurt Connor Breton. Of course, Jordan Lopez looks like his day may be over, and that is what puts under the caution for the second time here today at Chicagoland. Already it's beginning to play its factor into this season's chase for the championship. Getting ready to go back, green flag racing, and we have more drivers out of the race. This is a much bigger wreck than we had, bringing out our first yellow, and included in those drivers behind the wall is Jordan Lopez, who came into this race tied for the second seed in two-time winner. He'll finish the day out in 35th, so now he's going to have to spend the rest of the chase playing catch-up. Also out of the race, Davey Johnson, Seth Cole, and Grayson Acevedo. We still have 34 cars running, 33 of them still on the lead lap. Daleo is now only 2 laps down to the race leader, John Andrews, who is continuing to build a case for himself to get that extra bonus point and leading the most laps. Stoudimere Jr., Stoudimere starts behind him in second. Toyotas 1 and 2. Chevy of Markel, the Ford of Hagen, and don't look now, but Benny Watson has worked his way now up into the 5th position. Green flag back out on lap 11. We've spent most of this race so far, and we can maybe get some green flag laps in. The racing's been hot and heavy, but we've just had caution flags kind of quelling the good racing that's going on, as Cody Hagen's going to go into the 2nd position. Went 3 wide with Markel and Stoudimere, and is going to hang on for the spot. Now sets his sights on trying to reel in John Andrews. Of course, Cody Hagen's been having a very difficult season, and whoa, we nearly had another wreck right there. Benny Watson nearly turned Cody Hagen into the inside there in 3. This is they're up to about 190 miles per hour in the turn. Benny Watson into 2nd, but for how long? Here comes the spot. Right now, Chaser's running 1-2. Turner trying to play spoilers. Now John Andrews sets his sights on putting M Daleo down a lap again to put him 3 laps down. Starting to see a couple of more Chasers working their way towards the front. Nick Curtis, there they are. Whoa! Johnson hangs onto it. Nearly lost it right in front of DJ Curtis, but Nick Johnson wheeling and dealing keeps it straight. That was a close call. Ooh, look out, J Qualls a little contact there with, I think it might have been T Tsang. He hangs onto it. Chaser's bouncing back here. You got Mitchell Carter in this group. Brooke Allen's back there. Not a good place to be if you're a Chase driver. Look at Nick Johnson slide up the racetrack there. Not a whole lot of grip, it seems, for these drivers to try and stick it in there really hard, but they're trying. They're fighting for every piece of real estate they can, as Curtis makes a nice move there. Gets by both Tyler Markel and Jeffrey Finguy. They're almost 4 wide coming off a close call there, as we may have a battle for the lead on our hands momentarily. Jesse Turner and John Andrews have cleared Matthew Daleo, and Turner now has his sights set on Andrews for the race lead. Benny Watson there in 3rd, trying to get by the lap machine of Matthew Daleo, who is up to speed. Then you've got also 4th place there with Cody Hagen. Here comes Turner, looking to the bottom for the race lead here at Chicagoland. Who's going to get it at the line? I think it was Andrews still by about maybe half a car length. 2 100ths, they're saying. But Turner has the inside line, the preferred line, coming here out of turn 2. Can Turner hang on to the spot? He's got the edge going into 3. And looks like he is clear into 3. New leader, the 39 of Jesse Turner. Woo! John Andrews up and into the wall. That's going to lose him 2nd spot, maybe even 3rd, as here comes Cody Hagen. Slower cars up ahead that these leaders will have to contend with. That looks like Julio Cesar and Cody Smart, who were involved in the last wreck. Oh, look out! Jesse Turner having to cut it way down to the bottom to get to the inside. Benny Watson follows in line. Cody Hagen does the same. Top 3 get clear. And here comes Watson. Here comes Hagen. Look at Hagen way down on the bottom. Wide coming to the stripe. Who's going to lead this lap? It's going to be Benny Watson, who's going to get a valuable bonus point for leading that lap. He's going to be the 2nd Chase driver here today to lead a lap. That's going to be a valuable bonus point, but he may not hold on to the lead for long. Here's Cody Hagen down on the inside, as the top 3 have been able to separate themselves from 4th place. John Andrews did not do as good a job getting around the lap traffic as the top 3 did. And so it looks like John Andrews is going to have to hope these 3, well 4 if you count Matthew Daleo, continue to battle some more. Look who did make good work of traffic, though. DJ Curtis and J Jefferson. Jefferson moves into 5th. Curtis follows in line in 6th. So Curtis having a good run right now, trying to get himself up there. Battle with fellow chasers, Benny Watson and John Andrews. And also another chaser that's working his way up is James Qualls. Qualls now up to the 8th position, trying to take that spot. It's, looks like Chris Dollerton's trying to take the position. Whoa, we had some smoke. Someone spun, or someone got loose. I don't know who it was. We had a little bit of smoke there, and someone got loose there on the inside line of 4. Don't know who it was, but Benny Watson's out in front now. Jesse Turner moves into 2nd, and here comes John Andrews looking for the spot as he just cleared Cody Hagen for the 3rd position. James Qualls has worked his way into the top 10. We also have Brooke Allen, who got into the final transfer spot into this chase for the championship. Allen right now running solidly in that 10th position. And to see now as we reach into the second half of this race, now the chase drivers are realigned to make our moves towards the front. James Qualls losing some spots here. Lost a spot to Chris Dollerton, slipped back to 9th, and now C Tsang wants the 10th position. C Tsang, best finish that she's had this entire season was a 2nd place, just barely losing out on winning at Daytona to Matthew Daleo. Right now, though, Benny Watson continues to show the way. Watson one win this season at the dirt track of Bristol. Would love to be able to start off the chase with a victory. Jesse Turner in 2nd. You got John Andrews, who led a good portion of the beginning of this race, right there in 3rd place. Whoa, Daleo gonna stick it 3 wide. As Jesse turns to his inside, Watson gets the wall there off of 4. Oh, this is going to get awfully hairy going into turn 1. John Andrews may have thoughts about going 3 wide to the bottom, and there he goes. John Andrews, 3 wide, with the lap car of Daleo and Jesse Turner for the race lead. Look at DJ Curtis. Look at the run he's got there, 3 wide, 2 rows deep down the back straightaway. Who's going to get the lead coming out of turn 4? Middle line, high line, they're all trying all sorts of different lines. They're almost 4 wide here off the corner as Daleo gets the wall. Nearly bounces down in front of Benny Watson. We've got 3 of our chase drivers up here in this pack. And Andrews, after all that, moves to the race lead. Watson trying to take 2nd. DJ Curtis right in this mix as well. Here comes Watson. Big run to the inside. Curtis peeking low. 3 wide. He got into Watson. Got him squirrely and up the hill. DJ Curtis going for the race lead as Andrews gets the wall off her. And Curtis will be the 3rd chase driver to lead a lap. And we've got traffic up ahead these drivers are going to have to deal with before this race is over. Heck of a battle up here at the front. Took us 2 caution flags and a flipping car to get to this point. But right now, it's coming down between 3 chase drivers and 2 non-chase drivers as to who's going to win this thing. Chris Dollerton, C Tsang, J Jefferson, they're trying to close the gap in, trying to get about an 8-man fight, 8-man-woman fight, I should say, for the race win. But time is running out. There's about 15 to go when we hit the line next time by. As I believe the car up ahead that the leaders will have to deal with next is Richard Johnson in the 93. Johnson running in 31st position right now. And they're going to catch him, looks like on the front straightaway. So Kurt to maybe get to the inside. Richard Johnson kind of throws the block on him, though. And now DJ's going to get to the inside. And this may allow Chris Dollerton and C Tsang to catch up now. Along with J Jefferson if they have some difficulty getting around the slower traffic. DJ Curtis now going to go to the inside of Cody Smart. Whoa, that was close. Jesse Turner right through the middle there. Nearly sideswiped Cody Smart. They're all going to get by, it looks like, for the moment. There's Dollerton and Tsang trying to reel in the top 5. Dollerton going to the high side around Cody Smart there. As DJ Curtis out in front, chasers in the top 3. Curtis, Andrews, Watson. All 3 of them, only 1 win this season. Watson's at Bristol, Andrews at, I believe it was Arizona. And DJ Curtis's, where was DJ's? Don't right off the top of my head remember. I want to say it was something like, Texas? Don't right off the top of my head remember where Curtis's win came at. Regardless, DJ Curtis right now with a bit of a sizable lead as they're battling for second. As they continue to do that, that allows Curtis to open up his gap. A little contact there between Jesse Turner and Benny Watson, send Watson into the wall. He brushed it a little there off of turn 4. But look back here, you've got Brooke Allen, James Qualls. They're still trying to get back into the hunt here. Right now in 9th and 10th, trying to reel in J Jefferson for 8th. So at the moment, we've got 5 chasers up inside the top 10. And we only had 2 chasers start inside the top 10 for this race. Looks like more traffic up ahead that these race leaders are going to have to contend with. That's a couple of Jonathans, Jonathan Zoerlein and Jonathan Rains. Both were, I believe, involved in the first caution of the day. And Jonathan Zoerlein is a teammate to DJ Curtis, so you got to wonder if maybe he might help play a little defense for his teammate in the 33. Also got to wonder, too, are these drivers good to go on fuel? I mean, most of the drivers came down pit road under our second and caution flag of the day. There were a number of drivers, though, that did not come down pit road, that stayed out. One of them was actually, I believe, the guy running in 4th place, John Andrews. He was the leader at the... So my question is, can Andrews and a number of those other drivers who stayed out, are they able to go the rest of the way on fuel? And there's my answer. Jesse Turner is headed for pit road. And that's got to be a regularly scheduled stop for Turner. So now throws the question out, what about some of the others who haven't been to pit road yet? Namely, that driver right there, the 44 of John Andrews. How long can Andrews go without pitting? Well, apparently not very long. Here comes Andrews to pit road. Watson is in. Hagen is in. And you're probably wondering, well, what about DJ Curtis? Well, Curtis actually did come to pit road under that second caution. So DJ Curtis, I would think, can make it somewhere around 6 to 7 laps longer than John Andrews was able to. So right now, Curtis is right on the bubble of maybe barely being able to make it on fuel. That now shoots Chris Dollerton. Well, I was going to say Dollerton into second. He just got the wall off of 4th, so K Tsang now moves to second. Dollerton moves to 3rd. Qualls is now up to 4th. And Brooke Allen is now in 5th. So we still have 3 chasers inside of the top 5, but it looks a little different. Eric Hayden's now moved up to 6th. K Jazzin is now 6th. And then it's Colin Denton, Nick Guenther, and Zach Rogers. That is your top 10 as things stand right now. And the question is, can those drivers make it on fuel? Those drivers all came to pit road under our second caution. Everybody that's on pit road right now hadn't even pit yet this entire race. K Shearer, Tyler Markel merging back onto the racetrack. They're going to fall off the lead lap as Curtis gets around them. Just a question of, can DJ Curtis make it the entire rest of the way on fuel? That second caution, I think, came out somewhere around lap 6 when Curtis and others came to pit road. And the leaders that pit here under green flag pit stops pit between laps 34 and 35. So that's like right within the 6-lap window that DJ Curtis had over those other drivers with coming to pit road under that yellow flag. So, you know, it's going to be really, really close. If Curtis is short, it's going to be somewhere between half a lap to a full lap short on fuel. The good news for Chris is he has a little over 3 seconds between himself and second place Chris Dollerton. So he can save a little bit right now if he so chooses. Right now, Curtis with a bit of open racetrack ahead of him. He is going to have to deal with traffic in just a moment. That, I believe, is Cody Smart just up ahead. The 22 the last time, but looks like he may encounter Cody Smart in a rather precarious spot of the racetrack here. Oh, this is not good here for DJ. Yikes! Trying to get by, and Cody Smart not really giving him a lane. And Tyler Markel trying to get back on the lead lap is all over DJ Curtis's back bumper, and he's going to put the leader 3 wide. Well, Curtis, I think, would be smart to let Tyler Markel go. Markel's got fresher tires. And he's not going to. He's going to battle him. Oh, caution! Caution is out! And that may have been the saving grace for DJ Curtis, because the next time around, Curtis was going to receive the white flag. So now DJ Curtis can save fuel here under this yellow flag and maybe make it around to win this race. Are they going to risk it? Are they going to stay out? Why not? Oh no! God, he's coming to pit road! So is K Jazzin! They can't make it! Oh my goodness, are you kidding me? DJ Curtis is giving up the win. Oh, look out! P Minnick just ran into the back of Nick Guenther. What the heck was that about? Minnick just ran Guenther over, and now Minnick's smoking. Who else is on pit road? Is that J Cesar, A Stoudimere Jr.? It looks like J Breton also. And the lead was just turned over to C Dollerton. C Dollerton, our winner from Bermuda, who just barely missed out on making the chase for the championship last week at M&M Super Speedway. Looks like he is en route to picking up his second win of the season. Apron. Nick Guenther is down on the apron. He was running at the time in the 8th position. He just got ran over by P Minnick. I don't know what. And it looks like after all this, when it was going to be DJ Curtis's race to win, it's actually going to be C Dollerton picking up his second Almond Joy Series victory here today at Chicagoland. What an amazing turn of events. And it looks like the highest finishing chaser is going to be none other than J Qualls. He's going to finish the race in 3rd. As coming to the start-finish line, the checkered flag will wave, and C Dollerton, how about that? That battle for second turned out to be important after all. He crosses the line, and C Dollerton wins here today at Chicagoland, the first chase race of the season. Qualls gets 3rd. Mitchell Carter crosses in 6th. And it looks like they scored DJ Curtis in 7th, Allan in 8th, and K Jazzin in 10th because of those being drivers that stayed out, most trapped a lap down. So that's how it's going to end. Wow. What a unbelievable finish to this race. Dollerton gets his second win of the season. T Tsang finishes runner-up again. And Qualls may take over the points lead for the chase standings heading into next week as he was 3rd. E Heiden in 4th. And how about Zach Rogers? Nice run for that 2-car here today in 5th place. Mitchell Carter, DJ Curtis, B Allan. Chasers finished 6th, 7th, and 8th, even though this seemed to be Curtis's race to win, but he'll have to settle for top 10. Colin Denton gets 8th, and K Jazzin finishes the day out place. So, I don't know. It's going to be close between Qualls and Jazzin for the points lead. J Breton, another chaser there as well, finishing well in 11th place. A Stoudimere Jr. was the last car to finish on the lead lap in 12th. Nick Guenther finishes 13th, P Minnick in 14th, Jesse Turner 15th. All these drivers off the lead lap. Let's focus on the chase drivers. Benny Watson gets 18th. John Andrews 23rd after being out and being up in the top 5 for most, being forced to make a green flag pit stop. Then you got to look way down here. This is where some of the drivers that are really going to have to try and hope for good runs in the next few weeks. Nick Johnson, 31st. Matthew Daleo, mechanical issues early on plague him to finish 34th. And then Jordan Lopez finishing out of the race in the 35th position. So Johnson, Daleo, and Lopez really going to need good runs in the upcoming races. John Andrews and Zachariah Hall, you can kind of throw into that pot as well. Going to need good runs in the upcoming races to try and get championship contention. But atop the point stands, looks like it's going to be a battle between J Qualls and K Jazzin heading into next week. We've also got Mitchell Carter, DJ Curtis, B Allan, and J Breton. They're also going to be in pretty good stead heading into next week as well, as C Dollerton picks up his second win of the season here today at Chicagoland. Hope you enjoyed today's first chase race. If you did, be sure to give us a like, subscribe to Compare the Crew today. We've shown you your full finish results. Up next, it's your full overall point standings, and at the top, what your chase standings look like as well. Thanks for tuning in. Up next, it's our first chase race of the Hershey's Cup Series Season 3 here from Chicagoland. We'll be under the lights for that.